Hi, everybody. It's Chris from the Evermore podcast, your Newcastle United podcast on the Evermore YouTube channel. We're back with another Rumour Has It show. This is our second in a row. I think second of many by the looks of it. There's been some news doing the rounds that there could potentially be a double deal on the cards for Newcastle United, which, if they come off, will be absolutely amazing, to be honest with you. So we're just going to get stuck into that in a minute. But just before we do, if you're new to the channel, you have watched us before, or if you have watched us and you haven't done it yet, please consider liking and subscribing. Smash those two buttons. It really helps the channel grow. We're looking to get to the 500 subscriber mark now. We smashed the 400. So thank you so much for everybody who clicked that button after we did the last Rumour Has It video. Hopefully we can get that 1,000 sooner than later. But if you can get us to 500, we'll absolutely love it. We're currently on about 411, I think. So yeah, if you're watching along and you can do that, please, that'll be absolutely amazing. So without further ado, let's get stuck into what the news is then. So it's a double deal is what's being touted around on the cards. And the two players that are involved in this double deal are unbelievable players, Sven Botman and Moussa Diaby. So obviously, taking Sven Botman first, if anybody doesn't know, he's been living on the moon ever since the takeover took place. Sven Botman really has been the main target, I think, that the new owners have been after in terms of our defence, even before Dan Burn came in, to be fair. So let's just have a little look at some of the information that the Mark's put together there in one of his unbelievable slides. You know, Sven Botman is an incredible player. He bears, I should take off the logo there so you can see his heat map. Not that you would need to see a great deal of that because he's a defender, but you can see there, obviously, he's a young player. He's 22 years old. He's one of the best young talents in Europe. People have touted him for, being the next Virgil van Dijk, obviously being a Dutch centre-half. You can see there in terms of his tackles won is very, very high. Dribbling past players is high. His pressure success is very high. His blocks are high. He's a very, very good ball-playing centre-half. He's another left-footed player. Now, some of the lads even in our group, Adam Beckett in our group, had asked whether two left-sided centre-backs can play together. But listen, if we've got a chance of getting this player, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that we should do. You can see his possession stats there. He's very, very good on the ball. You can see in terms of his appearances as well. He put in a hell of a lot of appearances there, for Lille. So he's not an injury-prone player as well, which is fantastic because we need that in our squad. In terms of his heat map, as you can see there, he basically spends most of his time on that kind of left-hand side of the defence, centre-half predominantly, and then obviously moving over to even left back if he needs to fill in. Now, a lot of people have said that the signing of Sven Botman would be huge, a statement signing. For me, I totally agree with that. I put it up there alongside Bruno Guimaraes, one of the best talented young players in Europe that all the big teams are sniffing around. Your Real Madrids, your Manchester Uniteds, your AC Milans, your Barcelonas. If City weren't such a phenomenal side, they'd probably be looking at them too. But, for me, I agree with our very own Lee Forster, who says this quite regularly. If we can sign Sven Botman, he could potentially be our Vincent Kompany in terms of bringing that into the squad, bringing that class player at the back that can pull it all together. Listen, Dan Burn has been immense, in my opinion, and the rebirth of Fabian Schär has made our defence probably less of a worry than it has been. But this lad is definitely, for me, being the number one target for the new owners. There was talk about AC Milan. It seemed to be a done deal. We were all kind of giving up hope that this deal was going to come off, potentially with Botman. I think he agreed to come in January, but I don't think Lille were looking to let go of him. They were still in the Champions League at that point, obviously still, pushing for League On, which they did win in the end. I think PSG won that. So yeah, I can understand why he didn't leave. And obviously there was the threat of relegation as well for one of the top players in Europe. I mean, not everybody's built like Bruno Guimaraes, to be fair. He took a chance, probably back in his own ability to pull us out, which is exactly what he did. But yeah, signing Sven Botman would be incredible. I mean, I mentioned in the last video, the Dan Ashworth one we did, that we've lost potentially a couple of targets in Diego Carlos to Aston Villa, predominantly as a centre-half. Now, for me, Carlos and Botman were linked massively in January. Now, they could have been choice one and choice two. Perhaps Dan Burn was choice three. Listen, I'm not knocking Dan Burn. He's been unbelievable. One of the best signings I think we've made in the modern era. And without him, God, I can't even think about our defence without him now. But if we've got the chance now to sign our number one centre-half in Sven Botman, I mean, this lad's different gravy. He's got pace, he's got power, he reads the game well. I think he would adapt to the Premier League like a duck to water, and we'd have one of the best centre-halves in the league, in my opinion, if we can pull this deal off. We're obviously keeping an eye on that. That's part of the so-called double deal. Moving on to the other part of the double deal is a player called Moussa Diaby. Now, again, Moussa Diaby is a 22-year-old winger. He plays for Bayer Leverkusen. One word to describe this lad: rapid. Absolutely rapid. He's lightning quick. In terms of his positional area, where would he fit into the side? As you can see there, predominantly spends most of his time on that right-hand side, but he can also play on the left. Now, to me, that is a really good player to have in the squad, not only because of his level of assists and goals, as you can see there. Last season, 32 appearances, 13 goals, 12 assists. That's amazing, that. I mean, our wingers haven't delivered in that kind of quantities. ASM is by far our most creative force, sticking him out on the left-hand side. If you could get this lad on the right-hand side as well, that's no disrespect to Fraser or Almiron, but Fraser's quite injury-prone. Great when he's fit, but always goes through a spell of being a bit broken. And obviously, Miggy is, runs around, but there's not really a great deal of end product. So if this lad can come in, he would be an unbelievable addition to the squad. He brings pace, he brings quality. He can pick a man out, he can score goals. For someone like Callum Wilson, if you have ASM on the left-hand side and Moussa Diaby on the right, I mean, that is a breathtaking front forward line there, of ASM, Wilson, and Diaby is pure pace. We would frighten the shit out of teams next season. So this is a move I'm really, really excited about. You can see there, obviously, the lad's a young lad as well, and he's already a quality player. His better years are going to be ahead of him, and working under somebody like Eddie Howe would be absolutely phenomenal. He can obviously play forward as well. As you can see there, he's had about 4 appearances as a forward and 2 as a number 10, but predominantly the lad's a winger, and that's exactly what we want to see. And again, just like Botman, this would bring us unbelievable quality to the squad. It was disappointing to see so-called targets that have gone to, likes of Aston Villa. I know Aston Villa got a few quid, and obviously Gerrard's a big draw there as a manager. But, I think if we could get these 2 lads over the line, over that infamous line under the Pardew years, which hopefully is a lot thinner of a line than it used to be. But if we can get these 2 lads over the line, we're talking some real quality that's been added to the squad. It gives us another option if St. Maximin has one of his wobbles next season. I know a few of the guys have said it. It's a big season for ASM next season. He has to step up. And if you've got the likes of Moussa Diaby in the side, no doubt he has to step up, because Diaby could do the job on the left-hand side, and you could bring a Fraser into the right-hand side. If Miggy stays, you could bring a Miggy in. Potentially, if we sign another player, you could bring him in there as well. So it's really exciting times. I mean, we'll be keeping an eye on this double deal. And obviously, if it's signed, sealed, delivered, as old Stevie Wonder would say, we'll be back on doing a reaction video for that as well. But yeah, there's loads of exciting news, and we're going to be doing a lot more of these videos, as I mentioned, kind of over the summer. Just little short kind of 5-10 minute videos. As I mentioned at the start, if you haven't already, please consider clicking that like and subscribe button. We'd love to have you on board. There's loads of these videos coming on. We don't do ITKs, we just do speculation. And obviously when the deals are done, we come on and we do reactionary videos. So there's no ITKs here, just honest opinions from Newcastle fans about how excited we are about these potential deals coming off. So until then, this is Chris signing off forevermore. Let's keep supporting that team we call United. I'm sure we're going to be back with another Rumour has it video, because there has been some other names thrown out there and some big names as well. So keep tuning the channel, lads. Like I say, subscribe, guys, if you can. Brilliant. We'll be back on Wednesday with our end of season awards show, so make sure you check that out, 6:30 on Wednesday. And until then, I'll see you later. Have a good day. Cheers. Bye.